So again, anybody notice a pattern here? Remember when Rahm Emanuel said never let a good crisis go to waste? You notice how absolutely everything that this administration does creates a crisis? I mean, take for example TARP. You know, it was supposed to save the banks. The banks are still in trouble. It was supposed to save General Motors and Chrysler. Well, General Motors and Chrysler's now owned by Fiat and the unions. And General Motors is owned by the unions and pretty much the Chinese, you know? I mean, 7 out of the 10 cars that is in the GM lineup is made in China. Remember how he was going to save the green energy, and he's blown billions of dollars on green energy. Remember Obamacare? It was right down to the wire. You know, we've got to pass this. They only had, what, a couple of hours left, and it had to pass. And they slammed it through when Pelosi said, we've got to pass it so we can learn what's in it. Remember the super committee? Again, it went right to a deadline, and then they didn't get it passed. Remember the fiscal cliff? The fiscal cliff again went to a deadline. Remember? Everything with this guy is a panic and a deadline. Remember sequestration? Well, that's going on right now. And what's he doing now? Any deal has to include more tax increases. I mean, that's all this guy knows how to do is tax, tax, and tax, and tax. And who's he taxing? He's taxing the American people. All of them. But that's not what he tells them. And most of them, with all due respect, don't get it. They're either too involved in trying to stay alive, they don't know what's going on, or they don't care. Now, this is unbelievable. There is not one thing that this guy has not done to create a diversion, a distraction, to deceive us. Everything, again, of any major consequence is pushed right to the very outer limit. I mean, it's absolutely everything. And when he can't get it done, he signs one of his 900+ executive orders. I mean, that's how this guy operates. Every single thing is in a panic mode. If we don't do this, this is what will happen. If we don't do that, then that is what will happen. If we don't act now, this is what will happen. And you know what? It happens anyway. He just gets people to do what he wants, and then he does what he wants. I mean, it's insane. You can't give me one example of anything that this guy's done that's actually helped the American people. Not one thing. It's helped the Muslims, absolutely. Especially the Sunni Muslims, you know? It's not helped the people in Syria. They're blaming all this murder on Assad. It's Obama who's giving them weapons. Every single thing that's happened to this country in a negative way is the administration. And what does Jay Carney say? They try to twist things around. That's all they do. They try to twist things around to destroy the Republican Party. There's not one thing that Obama and his administration have done that's helped the country, and there's not one thing that they haven't pushed to the edge of the limits. It's always the case. We must act now. We have to do this now. We have to implement this now. Obamacare was the biggest farce going. The way he got that through, people didn't vote for it. He bought it with our money, with taxpayers' money. Yeah. Yeah, the Louisiana kickback. That's how he got it through. Yeah. And Al Franken, the guy that shouldn't have been a senator because he really didn't win, the judge said that he won in the recount, and then they found 500 felons voted. I mean, it's insane. Everything that they do is pushed to the limit. And then he gets what he wants all the time. He's going to get another tax increase. He's on all national television programs, and he's on a campaign trail again. That's what he's doing. It's the Republicans' fault, this sequestration. He's the one that put it in with his buddy Jack Lew. The Republicans didn't even have a clue of what it was until Obama pitched it. And then he says, well, yeah, but they signed in on it. They had no choice. Everything that Obama does, he puts people up against the wall. Everything. There's too many answers that need to come from this administration. We need to know where those 20 or 25 survivors from Benghazi are. We need to know what their jobs were. We need to know why they were in Benghazi. And we also need to know why we can't talk to them. Nobody can talk to them. Yeah, Senator Lindsey Graham wants to talk to them. Congressman Chaffetz Muto wants to talk to them. I think even McCain, believe it or not, wants to talk to them. It's insane. This country is in real deep doo-doo. And there's nothing anyone's doing about it. You know, it's probably too late. America, I fear, is lost.